Edinson Cavani reportedly on his way out of PSG. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, the three teams that he's most likely to land at: Inter Milan, Newcastle, and Major League Soccer's Inter Miami. Actually, in the last few days, Gazzetta dello Sport reporting that Cavani is considering rejecting not just an MLS, but all international offers not in Europe because he wants to stay in Europe for a few more years. Ale, I'll start with you. He's 33 years old. He's being replaced at PSG by younger, better players. Is now not the time for Cavani to come to MLS?
Well, maybe not, because maybe he thinks that he can still thrive at the European market and the European level. And so he has choices, and that's a good place to be when you're a player. Now, what I gather from reading some of the articles and some of the reports is the fact that Edinson Cavani is essentially saying, I'm going to exhaust every possibility there is here in Europe where I think I can still play and I can still score goals, and my body tells me I can still do it, and my mind tells me I can still do it. But if none of these things work out, I'll give you a call, David Beckham. I'll give you a call, MLS. It's sort of the fallback plan. It's certainly not priority number one. It's certainly not at the forefront of what he wants to do. And so I would be very weary if I were any MLS team, in particular Inter Miami, if indeed you're a fallback plan. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be the fallback guy. But at some point, you have to understand that these guys have options and have priorities, and you may not be a priority. If you're willing to live with that, then go after the guy. But he's already telling you, I'm going to try to see everything there's out here in this dance, and I'm going to dance with everybody. And if I cannot go home with any of them, I'll come to you.
Herc, are you surprised that at this point in Cavani's career, at this age, that he would reject MLS to stay in Europe?
No, because obviously, and Ali could tell you, any top-level athlete is competitive, and they're also they've got pride. They're proud. So if you think you can play at that level, you can do everything you can to continue to play at that level. But at 33 years old, turning 34 in February, I believe since 2019, he's been injured 118 days. That's 22 games. A lot of those muscular injuries, well, your body's breaking down on you, and it takes a while for you to accept that. It takes a while for you maybe say, I need to go a step down. I need to be in a different environment. I'm not at the same level that I once had. But because you're not at the level of PSG to be the number 9 at that team doesn't mean you can't be a very good player elsewhere at a very good level. He obviously still thinks that Major League Soccer, China, these other places are a step down. He wants to stay in top flight football in Europe. You can't blame him. Obviously, he's been very, very prolific when he's been on the field. He's been very efficient when he's gotten a chance. It's about staying healthy for him. And if at 33 years old, he feels he has more in the tank in European top flight football, you can't blame him. That drive is what sent and gotten him to where he's at today. So it really doesn't surprise me.
Ale, I wonder, you think this is kind of a now or never for Cavani? Like, there's some guys that you think MLS would wait around for. Zlatan was here at 38. Drogba was here at 37. Is Cavani in that category? Obviously, you would take him later, but you'd have to pay him that Zlatan like $7 million a year, whatever max MLS money is. Do you think in a couple years he's worth it, or is the ship now for Cavani to MLS?
Yeah, I think it's a now sort of situation. And you only take that risk now. Later on, I think it may be a little too late, but you have to understand something. Maybe he doesn't want to come to MLS. Maybe he doesn't want to come to the United States. See, we evaluate these decisions based upon the fact that we think, how could somebody turn the United States of America? How could we do that? How is it that he could turn down David Beckham and MLS? Maybe he doesn't want to do it. Maybe he just wants to stay where he's at in the market he's in, where he has been successful, where he has grown professionally and matured professionally. Maybe that's where he likes it. Maybe that's where he enjoys his time. And so the draw for MLS at times tends to be the fact that, hey, you can walk the streets and there won't be nearly as much attention and so on and so forth. Maybe Cavani likes the attention. Maybe he doesn't get enough attention because for many years it has been Neymar who has been taking the penalties and not him. And we have seen that back and forth. Maybe he likes the fact that he's around in Paris and people say hi to him and they want to take pictures with him. I'm putting myself in the mind of Edinson Cavani, but I'm also saying that we have to hold back on thinking that every player at 33, 34 years old who's pretty much done at the top tier level in Europe now becomes, hey, this guy's coming to MLS. We have to stop that, because maybe some people don't want to come to MLS. Maybe some people just want to go on and retire and go hit the golf course or spend time with their families. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe it's not for him. Maybe it's for others, but maybe Cavani doesn't want to come regardless.
Herc, you've been very, very critical of David Beckham because he hasn't landed that big name signing. If he gets Cavani, and certainly if he beats Inter Milan to Cavani, and if he beats Newcastle to Cavani, does that satisfy you?
Yeah, it does, because it's also a position of need. It's the superstar he's promised us. It's the high-level player he said, and it's a position of need, that 9 that they don't have today. So, yes, it would satisfy me. And Ali's right, but also maybe Major League Soccer doesn't want a player coming in their mid-30s. And I know people are going to bring up Zlatan and what he did in Major League Soccer, but that's pretty much the exception to the rule. You look at the history of transfers coming in their mid-30s, nobody has had the type of success that Zlatan has had in this league at that age. It's unprecedented. So if Cavani thinks he can come back or come by and this opportunity will still be around in his mid-30s, I think he's got another thing coming, and maybe Ali's right. Maybe he doesn't want to come to the United States or Canada, in Major League Soccer. Maybe he wants to be in Europe for as long as he can be, and who knows? I've known professional athletes that already have a plan. They want to stay somewhere. They want to get somewhere. Some players, they want to end up where they started. It could be a second division team back in their homeland. Everybody has a certain plan, a certain design of how they want to end up. Maybe Major League Soccer and this side of the world isn't in the plans for Cavani.
Here's the other thing I would say, and just alluding to what Herculez was touching upon and his age. The way that Edinson Cavani has played his game and his style, he's a runner. He's a different player than, say, a guy like Zlatan. And so Cavani is not a guy that is just going to bring the ball down and is going to distribute play and is going to be the post-up guy. No, for years upon years, he has been a runner. When Uruguay plays, Luis Suarez plays the number 9, Cavani is a guy running all over the place, sometimes in wider areas. And so if that's what you think you're going to get from Edinson Cavani, because that's what he has been over the course of his long and very successful career, man, I just don't like the mid-90s sort of heat with 100% humidity down in Fort Lauderdale and Cavani running the flanks. I just don't see that. And so, and it's not a guy who's going to get in behind because he doesn't quite have those legs anymore. And so there are a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. What I certainly wouldn't do if I'm Inter Miami is throw everything I've got at a guy like Edinson Cavani. As I've said many times, in this very space, you divide that money. If you're going to throw a big chunk of money at a guy like Cavani, how about you divide that in 3 players that you know are going to be impactful to you, not only this year, but for years to come as well. You're building a team. It's not just 1 year that you want success. You're building a team for now and for the future.
Ali, you telling me you don't want to see Soccer Saturday in Frisco at 1 p.m. with Edinson Cavani in midsummer?
Nope. At the good old Dragon Stadium in South Lake.
Yes.
Nope.
I don't think we'll see Cavani there at South Lake Carroll High School for all the MLS 1.0 heads that are watching. Herc, Ale, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.